Hello and welcome to Coming Into Being. Here we are again for another Wednesday as spring comes running towards us, wherever you are. I don't know, maybe not, but here it's starting up here. And this morning I noticed the swifts flying around, so that's an indication of spring here. Anyways, welcome to Coming Into Being. So this is our time to just chill. Hey, Sydney, jumping right in. Hello. Very rambunctious, all-white Maine Coon cat. Oh, nice. Kitten Luna Twinkle. All right. And Wisdom Happy also popping in right immediately. So good to see everybody. And feel free to stop by the chat on YouTube and say hello, and Instagram, say hello too. And so let's take a nice deep breath in, hold at the top, and then just release everything. Allowing yourself to just chill down, relax. Put everything aside from before. And if you want to do that again, go ahead. So just nice deep breath in. And then hold it. Exhale. Just allowing ourselves to come into that deeper alignment within. And it doesn't take much, but even just doing what we did, it just like gets you focused on your breath, just gets you focused on yourself right here, right now. That's already a little bit of an alignment right there. Carolina on the other side, hello. And and just notice where you are at right now. Where what you feel, what's going on with you. Pay attention to yourself for a minute. Notice, feel your body, become aware of your body. And as you pull in that awareness, that will help to separate stuff out, because if our minds are thinking, they're usually pulling out energetically. We'll be pulling out like this, thinking about something. So bringing that, just pulling ourselves back in. Yeah. So maybe you're feeling tired, maybe feeling a little exhausted or a little run around and needing to just take a moment to chill. Perfect place to be. Yeah. Right here. And let yourself even pull in more precisely, more in to your core. I can imagine it like just this core beam of light coming in more at the core of your body. And imagine yourself just pulling yourself into that core. Frustration popping up. For frustration, it's showing up like frustration. It's just this mental kind of like run around hamster wheel, but it feels like it's this trying to figure something out, and it's just like kind of not going anywhere. And Asta, hi Asta, good to see you. So let's just drop down. Drop your awareness. So take a deep breath in, and when you exhale, just allow yourself to just relax back to the center of your head and then down. Like you're going down an elevator shaft or something of that nature, just dropping down, 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 And keep going. Let's go into the core of the earth. Yeah. And feel that kind of sense of from the group. Just that nurturing place. And let just see what might come up. Inspired to be by me. Yes. Oh, Ilaria, I recognize your photo there. Good to see you. Inspired to be by me. I get it. Okay, so dropping into the core of the earth. Yeah, let me see. Group. And letting yourself just be in that deep connection, nurturing connection. Well, we're going to sit here for a minute, just kind of allowing everything. It's like letting the dust just wash away here for a minute. Let's go in a little deeper. One of the things that's showing up, Laria, that might be a little bit more you, but it might resonate with others, because usually when we come in a group, that one person might really kind of bring it forward, but it does resonate with it might resonate for others. The double N. That's the official spelling of my name. It's the double N. That's another story I can get into later. Well, just briefly, I will write it with one N because it's a vibrational quality, and that's much lighter than the official name, but I'm not going to go ahead and change my official name. So just because it's not even worth going through the official line. So both will come up. Yeah, so what was coming up? All right, deep breath in. Okay, so what was coming up a minute ago here before the name thing was just this sense of tiredness, of being where we are. And actually, I was just talking to this with somebody yesterday. You know, we've been at this for a really long time. Some of us maybe more actively or more consciously for longer periods. Some of you it's just been kind of the background and maybe not as actively involved. It doesn't matter. You've been part of that thing of just wanting to get to a better place for existence, all of us to have this better place to be in. And here we are. We're still not there. So let's take a deep breath into that, just feeling that, just being in that place of awareness for ourselves of we are where we are, and there's made a lot of progress, but it's also this sense of, it's still not what we know is the truth of existence in terms of how life is meant to be. And here we are still cleaning up this shit, this mess is still getting cleaned up. So let's take a moment to just acknowledge being in that place. Depressed, yeah, and depressed certainly can fit right into that picture. So giving ourselves this time to feel into that. And it's usually the kind of thing we want to run away from and just like put aside, keep moving. But we do well to take time, not all the time, but to take that time once in a while to really just, when we've been working hard at something, is just to acknowledge where we're at right now in this moment. So on this journey of existence for all of us, woo, yeah, that's bringing up a lot of stuff for people. So that's good, because we need to let that come to the surface so that we can just shift those pieces out. So it helps give us a rest. It's like putting the baggage down that we've been carrying so that we can just light it up. Oh, Ilari on the other side. Yeah, that's fine. Good. So take a deep breath in. Let yourself feel wherever you are relative to this existence, where we are in this existence. Yeah. Just that heaviness, if you feel it, depression, if you feel like tiredness, frustration, whatever it is, this longing that is there in the heart. And it's like I can really see that gold frequency in the heart that's there deep inside that we just want to be able to bring forth. You didn't lose very much, so that's fine. You're fine, Ilaria. And just allowing, that longing. It can be really hard to feel into longing because we want to be somewhere. We want to be in that place, and we're not. And that longing to be there, but we're still over here. And so just acknowledging that, just taking that moment. I know it's not fun. I can just feel how it's starting to feel even more exhausting for people to feel that sense of not wanting to continue on. Yes. So exhaustion. And it's like it's almost like aching in the muscles even, and just wanting to be there, just to simply be in that place that we know is the truth of existence. So yeah, very good. So let's give ourselves this space, because as we just acknowledge this, it comes to the surface, and it's we're in this deep space to let it just come forth from being put down. So pushed in, just like, let me put that aside and bring it to the surface, and just acknowledge that. Acknowledge where you are. Acknowledge what you've been experiencing, what you feel, where you feel you're at. There's, yeah. I know some of you are doing this silent retreat thing, and that's bringing up a lot too. So that's all good. And just feel yourself in that core of the earth. And we're kind of like in the steam baths, in the hammam, for those familiar, the steam baths, and just soaking in that and allowing all of that to come out. Yeah. And it could also, feeling so rejected. Yeah, that's a good one. And asked, I don't know if you want to throw in some of the Carolina too, throw in some thoughts on that about what, maybe what you're feeling or what you have a sense is that, and it could be even just of your daily life, because that's part of the picture about where we are at right now, is this daily life. And God, going to work all the time. And I was listening to a conversation out in the park. I was just sitting in the park, and there's this young woman calling back for about interviews for a job. And I'm thinking, oh God, that's not easy to go through, to deal with. And it feels like there's just so much pressure and stress and tension. So even if it's just like the daily life stuff, just, life just, we just know this is not what it's meant to be. Okay, this has been the most intense immersion. Wondered if exacerbation might be closest to the birthplace I've ever been. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Or just, I've got family visiting, so that when they arrived, the day before they arrived, that brought up a lot around family, So letting ourselves sit in that pool, that steam bath, that hot tub, whatever feels right for you here, of the new earth. Yeah. Just soaking that out of ourselves. I'll get to your question in a minute. Wisdom happy, yeah. So right now, okay, so wisdom and happy, I'll get to your question in a minute. Just right now, just really just switch your mind over to really focus on just being here in this group and connecting into the core of the earth, okay? And if your mind pulls away, come back to that. If your mind pulls away, come back to that, okay? For everybody, this is a muscle that you have to build and strengthen to keep your mind focused on where you want it to be focused. Okay, wisdom happy, right now, stay focused on right here, right now. I'll get to your stuff. Just even stop the typing. Come back to right here, right now. So that's fine. I'll take a look at that later. Feel yourself in that pool. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Okay, because that just shifted the whole group. And let's bring everybody back down. So hold that breath. And if you have to take another one to just catch up to where I am or get back to where I am. And then on the exhale, bring yourself back down. Focus on your breath, dropping down, back down to the core of the earth. So the mental piece, so just letting yourself soak there and feel, just visualize yourself in a steam room, in hot tub, in wherever, the core of the earth. And core of the new earth. Let's really emphasize that, yeah. Connecting into the grid of the new earth as you sit there, yeah. So exercising, strengthening the mind exercise. Right here, right now in this space, because we're in a group, it's going to be easier. It's amplified for you. So practice here so that you can, on your own, kind of refer back to this. That'll be fine. Bring your awareness to your breath. And just that state of being. Anytime your mind just jumps, even for a fraction of a second, come back to the breath. Just even say to yourself, focus on the breath. It jumps away again. Come back to the breath. It jumps away because there's a noise around you. Come back to your breath. Bring that awareness, that here, your mind, what's going in through your mind. Back to the breath. Let your energy pull back towards the back of your head. Let's everybody do this. Take a nice deep breath in, hold it. And on the exhale, just allow yourself to float back like you're putting your head down on a pillow. And coming back, feeling that your head going down on a pillow. And then relaxing down. Wow. Yeah, there we go. Much better. Much better all around for the group, and let yourself just keep coming back. You know, again, anything pops away, pops up. And it's okay to tell yourself, okay, let's come back to the breath. Yeah. Everything else just moving away. The thinking latches us in. Okay, wisdom happy, listen carefully to this. The thinking, the mind latches us in. That's why it's crucial to just keep working on this over and over and over again. You just keep at it. You know, it's like you go to the gym, you brush your teeth every day. It's like you do this as often as you need to. You find yourself in here about something else running around your mind. Take a deep breath in, let it out. Let it out, making a soft sound. Just to remind, it's like, okay, shift into relax, come back into here. Whatever it is, I don't care if it's dead people that are around you, if it's the cat jumping all over the place, if it's the neighbor screaming outside, come back to the breath, come back to your body. It's not easy, I know, because that is the kind of work I do for myself. And that's also why I don't get into talking, as some clients still kind of insist on talking to this during sessions, but I really try to avoid that as much as possible, because what happens when we start talking about something, you start to recreate it in your mind. So people who are always repeating their story over and over again, they keep themselves locked into that story. I'm not saying that's you're doing that, wisdom happy, but sometimes you have done that. So to watch that. But there's other people that I'm sure you can all think of somebody who's just like, every time you see them, it's like, they got this, and this, and this. Then you see them again later, and it's this, this, and this, and this. It's the same thing. So you keep yourself locked in. You keep yourself just anchored into that reality, even if it's only energetic. And you got to break that. You got to break that off. Your sinuses, your synapses will literally just keep firing away at that. So you've dug this trench in, going this and this and this, this and this and this, this and this and this. Deep breath in. Focus on the breath. Tell yourself, focus on the breath. Exhale. And hold that. Hold that. Hold that. Hold that. Hold that. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Let's just get in more deeply into core of the earth here. But let's take a nice deep breath in. Expand as much as you can. Feel those ribs, feel that chest cavity, feel the whole body, just your energy body just expanding with that breath, and make it as big as you can. Hold it. Feel that expansion and that just pushing out in all directions energetically with the breath. And then exhale, coming down, dropping down, back down, even more deeply into the core of the earth. Connecting in with the new earth grid again. I'm going to have you take another deep breath in. It's just a little bit too mental. So I can understand a little bit of that with the instructions of just becoming aware of your breath. So there's a way that you're going to be pulled, especially in the front of the head. So you want to get out of that because you're really kind of overly mental, if that makes sense to you. You know, and sometimes it's just good to even just go like this, you know, kind of feel like you're just grabbing the energy, just flicking it off, you know, just clearing it out. Come into your chest, your heart space. Anybody's feeling a little too mental with trying to step out of their heads, it makes complete sense. So come into the heart space. Feel your breath. And when you really pay attention to yourself, you can feel like when you in your head and you come out of that, you kind of drop down a little bit. Yeah, letting yourself, there we go. Dropping down and coming into the awareness of what you're sitting on. So lower abdomen, pelvic seat, your feet, your legs all the way to your feet to pull you even further out of your head and more into your body. Yeah, there we go. Okay, Asta, part of the reason that you're having difficulty is because you've got a lot of energetic structures that are need to be cleared out, that are a little bit more rigidified. So I can do a little bit of that here for you, but likely not completely. But that's part of the reason why you're having a difficult time. So rigid structures that have been holding you in place, and you don't need those anymore. So let's kind of do that for everybody. Take another deep breath in, hold it, and then exhale out. Bringing to mind all, yeah, there we go. All just some old energetic structures that have been holding in place. So it's just the energetic equivalent of maybe identities or programs, patterns, basically. So it's how they show up energetically. They're one of the ways they show up energetically for me. And Carolina, just take a deep breath in, hold it, release it. Just be willing to release, not worry about trying to figure it out, figure out what I've said or how to do it or what. Just relax. That's a little bit about a piece about feeling powerless, and that's a way to feel powerful when we know how to do things. So everybody take note of this. That's a tendency for powerlessness when we feel powerless. And if you imagine, if you can bring to mind anybody you've been in contact with who is clearly powerless in their whatever situation that we're in, like administrative people. And I say that because in France, you get a lot of that, of this bureaucracy of people having their little jobs, and they're really powerless, but they feel like they got to know how to do everything. They got to tell you how to do everything because that makes them feel powerful. That gives them a false sense of power. So it's okay to not know how to do something. Knowing how to do something does not give us our power. That's reverse engineering. When we come into that alignment with who we are, ourselves, our core truth, when we connect into our deepest essence, then we start to tap into our own power. That comes from the connection to pure source, because that's the true power. An alignment to existence. Some of you kind of go with nature. It's existence, nature. Yeah. And from that place of being, then you know what to do. Yeah. And there's a part of you that is still, you've got this identity that it just has to figure it out. That's a safety mechanism from abuse, from dealing with abuse. If I can figure this out, then I can take care of this situation, and I'll be free. It doesn't work that way. And so that's part of the problem. So this is a really good example for everybody. What happens with your brain is that when something is happening, so use the example of abuse since it came up. So you're being abused, and let's say you're watching TV, you're watching Leave It to Beaver. It can be something as mundane, for those of you who know that. It can be a cartoon, a really funny cartoon, lightheaded show, whatever it is. But if you're being abused while you're watching that, whenever you watch that, you're going to trigger that abuse. Or whenever you watch anything that's lighthearted, easygoing, Maybe there's laughter going on, you're being abused. Every time you hear laughter, it's going to trigger that because your brain has put that all together in that box in your brain. Abuse, laughter, everything, the smells that you were smelling, everything is going to be in there. So that trying to figure out something coming from when you're being abused to get out of the situation, how can I, and maybe not even, how can I survive this moment? How can I get through this moment? Okay, let's try to figure out something. So every time you try to figure something else down the line, it doesn't matter what it is, it's just that act of trying to figure it out, it puts you in that state. So it's not, so you want to just break out of that figuring it out. And it's popping up also to say how to be like somebody else is not going to work for you either. It's going to make you really disjointed. And it's coming up to say that you have done this. So watch that also. For all of us, for everybody, we want to figure something out if we want to be like someone else. So if you want to be like someone else, what is it that they have that instead of trying to mimic them, what is it come into you first, foremost, above anything else? Be yourself first. Find yourself first. Then we'll get into the rest of it. And I'm not even going to talk about the rest of it because that's going to end up pulling in people out of that just coming into themselves, because there's too much of a desire here that for some of you to be someone else, to be in a different place, to have it figured out. So resting into just being you right here, right now. Because all those other pieces are just reinforcing distortions, creating more distortions. Yeah. Okay, let's take another deep breath in. That was a lot. That's a lot that's coming through. And then just exhale. Let it out hard. Let yourself just sink. Let go. Yeah. Drop down. Core of the earth. Yeah, and that figuring it out also connecting to, for where we started, because we started at, this place that we are in existence. And we're still not where we know we could be, where we want to be. So trying to figure out what to do, or what to do before the next time you have a session. Come right here, right now. Yeah. Just putting it aside for now. Oh. Feeling your whole body breathe. With each inhale, just that expansion of your whole being. Exhale, just that coming in. Expanding with the in-breath, coming in with the out-breath. There we go. Pushing back a lot of people. A lot of beings. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to stay in this light of just being. Wisdom Happy, I will write you your answers, okay? Because I can reach through you beyond this, because that's just, I want to end on this being place. Feel yourself connected to that new earth grid. And if you don't feel like you're connected, just say, connecting to the new earth grid now, letting that just happen. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's just end on this place. Again, Wisdom Happy, I will reach out to you outside of here. Really staying in that place. New earth grid. That kind of answers your last question anyways. Feeling that connection to the earth, to the new earth specifically. Coming back to this. You get sidetracked, it's like, no. Coming back to that connection. Coming back to yourself. So these are answers for you. Taking that time, even if you can only do it for 1 minute to begin with, set the timer. Take a deep breath in, exhale, hit the timer, focus on the breath, and just stay focused on the breath. 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 1 minute. Next time, do 1.5 minutes. Next time, do 2 minutes. Keep growing that. Keep practicing. Some days are going to be harder. Some days are going to be easier. So for everybody, taking that time to hold that stillness in your head. There's a couple of posts on Instagram that I put up on that. They're long, but they go into the explanation. That's why they're long. And the hell with 30 seconds or 90 seconds. You know, I think one is 5 minutes at least, a little over 5 minutes, but to give you that clear description of what's going on so that you know how to get better at holding that stillness in your head. That will change your life. Because through that mental, you have a thought about someone, it's instantly sending you out energetically to that person. Unless you can really be so present and aware of your body, where you are while you're thinking that thing, that person, whatever. And your body, your energy right here is not 2 inches away from you. It's right where your physical body is. And staying there, okay? So answers for you already. Would I'm happy with that. And also some of what I already kind of talked about. So really good, everybody. Deep breath in, let it all out. Feel yourself. Just kind of shake, come back, feel your body. Yeah, there we go. All right. Good job. And just a little cleansing session. I've been going to the park to put my feet in the grass, trying to be focused in silence and grounding. Okay, let's take out the trying to be. Just putting your feet in the grass and just becoming aware of that silence and that grounding. Yeah, you're doing it. You're not trying. You're doing it. But sometimes we get pulled out. So, yeah, that's a good one. Just really walking barefoot and focusing on your feet. So, go every day after work. Excellent, excellent. Okay, real good job, everybody. Quiet on the Instagram side, so that's fine. Hope that was good for everybody. And thanks for joining in. We'll be back next Wednesday, as always, 1 p.m. So you can always come back to and re-listen. I think it's better on Instagram because I know YouTube has gotten really bad at just interrupting videos like in the middle. So I get chopped up. If you review these on YouTube, then I think they're likely to be just chopped up. But on Instagram, I believe you can just listen to the whole thing without interruption. So, Asta, thank you. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, anyways, so anyway, sorry, there's nothing I can do. You'd have to buy a subscription. That's what they're doing it for. So, anyways, yeah. So Marianne, yeah, either way is fine. And Laurie, if you spell it with one N or two N's, that's really for me more than anything. But just to know, it's for an energetic. It's a much lighter energetics. It's in connection with my inception seed. It's much better. So, all right. Good job, everybody. And see you in the ethers, as always. And see you whenever we meet up, if you show up here again next time and wherever else. So take care, everybody. Have a good